Chapter 33. What am I going to do with 3 car seats? I'm sitting on Alyssa's couch staring at all the stuff that she threw me a baby shower today. My mother came. Riley's mother even flew in for it, but she's in the guest room sleeping off her jet lag. Now the girl from the floral shop came and a few friends from my old job. Even Davin came. It was actually a lot of fun, despite the fact that I've been dreading it for the past several weeks. That's why I told you to start a registry so none of the gifts will be duplicated. Alessa says, I guess I have mom return hers. She is bought me enough just stuff as it is. I stand up and start gathering all the gift. Marshall already said he'll help me carry them down to my apartment. So Alyssa helped me throw everything inside trash bag. I hold them open while she picks everything up from the floor. I'm almost 30 weeks pregnant now. She doesn't get the easier job for holding open the trash. We have everything back up, and Marshall is on his second trip down to my apartment. When I open Alyssa's front door, prepare to drag a trash bag full of gifts to the elevator. What I am not prepared for is Riley, who is standing on the other side of the door, looking back at me. We both look equally as shocked to see each other, considering we haven't spoken since our fight 3 months ago. This encounter was bound to happen. Thought I cannot be best friend with my husband, sister, and live in the same building as him without eventually running into him. I'm sure he knew I was having the shower today since his mother flew in for it, but he still looks a little surprised when he sees all the stuff behind me. It makes me wonder if him showing up just as I'm leaving is a coincidence or a suitable convenience. He looked down at the trash bag I'm holding and he takes it from my hand. Let me get this. I let him. He takes that bag and another one down to the apartment while I gather my things. We and Marshall are walking back inside the apartment as I am preparing to walk out. Riley grabs the last bag of stuff and being to head toward the front door again. I am following behind him. The marshal gives me a silent look, asking me if I am okay with Riley going downstairs with me. I nod. I cannot keep avoiding Riley forever, so now is as good a time as any to discuss where we go from here. It's only a few floors between their apartment and mine, but the elevator ride down with Riley feels like the longest it's ever taken. I catch him staring at my stomach a couple of times, and it makes me wonder how it must feel going 3 months without seeing me pregnant. My apartment look is unlocked, so I push it open, and he follow me inside. Follow me inside. I stay kitchen and clean things. I do not even need cleaning. My hurt is throat. Knowing his apartment, I even feel scared of him in the moment. I just feel nervous. I wanted to be more prepared for this conversation because I absolutely hate confrontation. But I know we need to discuss the baby and our future is just not want to not yet anyway. He walks down the hallway and into the kitchen. I catch him looking at my stomach again. He glances away just as quickly. Do you want me to assemble the crib? Which I am here. I should probably say no, but he is half responsible for the child growing inside of me. If he is going to offer physical labor, I am going to take it no matter how angry I still am at him. Yeah, that would be a big help. He pointed toward the laundry room. It's my toolbox still in three. I nodded and he head toward the laundry room. I opened the refrigerator and faced it so I did not have to watch him walk back through the kitchen. When he is finally in the nursery, again I close the refrigerator and press my forehead against it. So I grip the handle. I breathe in the out as I try to process everything that's happening inside for me right now. He looks like really good. It's been so long since I've been seen and I forgot how beautiful he is. I have an argue to run down the hallway and jump into the arms. I want to feel this his mouth on mine. I want to hear him tell me how much he loves me. I want him to lie down next to me and put his hand on my stomach like imagine him doing so many times. It would be so easier. My life would be so much easier right now if I would just forgive him and take him back. I close my eyes and repeat the word my mother said to me. If Riley truly loves you, we would not allow you to take him back. That reminder is the only thing that prevent me from running down the hallway. I keep myself busy. I am in the kitchen for the next hour as he remains in the nursery. I eventually have to walk past it to grab my phone charger from my room. On my way back down the hallway, I pause at the door of the nursery. The crib is assembled. He even put the bedding on. He is standing over it, gripping and railing, staring inside the empty crib. He is so cute and still he looks like a statue. He is lost in thought and doesn't even notice me standing outside the doorway. It makes me wonder where his mind has wandered. Is that he think about the baby, the child he will not even be living with when it sleeps in the very crib. Until this moment, I wasn't sure if he even wanted to be a part of the baby life. But the look on the face proves to me that he doesn't never seem to so much sadness in one expression, and I am not even facing him straight on. I feel like the sadness is feeling in this moment where it's absolutely nothing to do with me and everything to do with thought of this child. He glances up and sees me standing in the doorway. He pushes off the crib and shakes himself out of his trance. Finished, he says, waving a hand toward the crib. He begins putting his tools back inside the tool case. Is there anything else you need while I am here? I shake my head as I walk over to the crib and admire it since I do not know if it's a boy or a girl. Decide to go with the nature theme and bedding set in tan and green the with picture of plant and trees are all over it. It matches the certain and will eventually match a mural I plan to paint on the wall at some point. I also plan to fill the nursery with a few live plants from the shop. I cannot help but smile finally seeing it all start to come together. He even put up and the mobile. I reach up and turn it on and Brahma's lullaby being to play. I stare at it, makes a full spin, and then I glance back at Riley. He is standing a few feet away just watching me as I stare back at him. I think about how easy it is for humans to make judgment when we are standing on the outside of a situation. I spend very judging my mother situation. It's easy when we are on the outside to believe that we would walk always without a second thought. If a person mistreated us, it's easy to say we couldn't continue to love someone who mistreats us when we aren't the one feeling and of the that person. When you experience it firsthand, it isn't so scary. So hate the person who mistreats you, and most of the time they are your godsend. Riley is even gain a little bit of hope, and I hate that he can see that my walls are temporarily lowered. He began to take a slow step toward me. I know he is about to pull me to him, and you hug me so and I can quick step away from him. And just like that, the wall is back, but between us, following him back inside his apartment was a huge step for me itself. He need to realize that he hides whatever rejection he is feeling with a stoic expression. He tucks the toolbox under his arm and when then grabs the box. The creep came in. It's filled with all the trash from everything he opened and put together. He'll take this to the dump dumpster, he says, walking toward the door. If you need help with anything else, just let me know. Okay. I nod and somehow mutter than you. When I hear the front door close, I turn back to the face. I the creep. My eyes fill with tear, and not for myself this time, not for the baby. I cry for Riley because even thought he's responsible for the situation he's in. I know how sad he is about it, and when you love someone, seeing them and sad also makes you sad. Neither of us brought up our separation of even a chance of reconciliation. We did not even talk about that's going to happen when his baby is born in 10 weeks. I'm just not ready for that conversation yet, and the least he can do for me right now is show me patience. The patient he still owes me from all the times he had known.